So good afternoon. Thank you everybody for joining. So this is kind of an update from the one we did a couple of days ago. Public Works has not stopped, working since last Friday, around the clock. So men and women of Public Works are doing a great job out there, treating these designated routes that we've identified. And I guess as a reminder, just to make everybody aware, this is a different storm than kind of what we've had in the past, which is kind of snow. Like we've had a significant accumulation of sleet that has occurred on the streets, along with the, extremely low temperatures have really not allowed for, that melting to start, occurring on the roadways. So it is still, in your smaller residential streets, it is still pretty dangerous with the icy conditions. So just want to make everybody aware of that. So the web page, the MemphisTN.gov/snow-ice has been updated to include the secondary routes we discussed Tuesday. So you'll see all the primary and secondary routes. All of those roads have been treated, one lane, at least one lane cleared in each direction on those routes. As we started to realize we were going to finish those secondary routes yesterday, we implemented a plan to hit a third tier level street. We pushed that plan out to our crews and brought in more contractors this morning to help plowing while we had this warm weather today. And really today, I mean, it'll cool down some tomorrow, but still above freezing. But hopefully that upper layer will start turning slushy, so we can get a good plow on it. But we also treated all these third tier routes with salt to help activate that process. And then we're moving into these areas with plows, with city crews as well as contractors. So these third tier streets, for example, would be ones like Watkins, James Road, Chelsea, Witten, Graham, Macon, Elvis Presley. So we'll put these out on social and get everybody the list. But these are still larger tier streets, but they're going to provide even more connectivity to what we've already done, as well as some of the larger streets that actually get back into, start getting back into some of the neighborhoods, not necessarily the residential neighborhood streets, but the larger streets that do get back into the neighborhoods and will provide citizens more options and connectivity, to where they need to go if they need to get out. So this is an additional 214 lane miles on top of what we've already had identified, which primary was 330 lane miles and the secondary was 120 lane miles. And, I understand this doesn't get into residential streets, but again, it does provide more options and connectivity from the neighborhoods if folks need to get out. If, as a reminder, if you do need to get out, please be vigilant, careful, and cognizant on how you're driving because there are still, icy conditions out there. That's a update from Public Works, and I'll open it up for any questions.
Does anyone have any questions for Director Morgan?
Yeah, Jenny, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Hartman with the Daily Memphis. Scott, thank you for the time. With the contractors, how many crews, how many plows are out on the streets right now?
Public Works still has our original six that we've had for the entire event. I know there's several other contractors out there. I guess, and the reason I don't know the total number right off is because some of these are being used by general services as well. They've been helping clear, parking lots for libraries, community, the warming centers, parks, things like that. So if I were to guess, I'd say anywhere from an additional 5 to 10.
Any other questions?
Yes, Trace Grant with Fox 13 Memphis. We have another potential freeze coming this weekend. Does this change any of the things you guys plan on doing going forward? We're going to have some melting, but then with another freeze, the roads could get, pretty bad again. Anything differently this weekend?
No, no different. I mean, unfortunately, yeah, with the cool down, whatever accumulation is still on the road is, just like it's doing at night right now. We get the melt during the day, and the streets that we're able to get to, we're, being able to plow, but then it refreezes at night if it's still on the roadway. So it'll kind of be the same, this weekend. Luckily, next week it does warm back up. But we'll continue to work these routes and move it around and um, do the best we can.
Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Lucas Fenton with the Commercial Appeal. Do you anticipate going over some of these primary roads to open up maybe more lanes or all lanes once we get that slush kind of active on them?
Thanks, Luke. Not right now. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, we wanted to make sure we, got since this material was staying around longer with like I mentioned, the different accumulation as well as the low temperatures. We wanted to make sure we opened up more routes to provide, more options for citizens. But the second reason is when we plow this icy material, you'll know, I'm sure as you've driven around town, you've noticed windrows. So as we plow the material to the outside lane, it's starting to stack up, some places a couple feet high of big chunks of ice that stack up. And if we clear more lanes, those windrows will get higher, and then we'll start blocking driveways and driveway aprons to get into businesses and residences. So we did not want to continue to push material towards the edge and block access. So that's the main one of the reasons we did stop at that 1 to 2 lanes each direction. A lot of temperature and then people driving on it has helped open up additional lanes just from the normal course of business. But we're focusing on the 1 lane each direction.